Business Expo at the Yifan Restaurant and Event Center located at 6000 Medlock Bridge Road, or Bridge Parkway in Johns Creek. So our next guest with us here at the table is Darnella Gamble. Welcome, Darnella.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming up here and sitting with us.
Oh, yes.
It's a good crowd here.
It really is. I'm very impressed.
Yes, me too, especially for the first time event that they've done here. The amount of people that have showed up and the amount of connections that people are making, it's just, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I think they did a great job.
Yeah, I did. So, how did you hear about Fusion Alliance?
So I've met Michael a few times at different networking events, but mainly through the Johns Creek Chamber.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty active in the Johns Creek Chamber.
Yes, he is. He's very well known.
All right, so you're with a company called Re-Wax and Unwind.
Correct.
Not unwind, like you unwind rope.
It's like you're drinking wine.
Unwind.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. You have to share more about that.
Sure. So we are a candle making experience. So you get to come in and create your own signature candle. You get to create your scent that you wish to make by combining two different scents together to create that unique scent. And also you get to choose the vessel you wish to make your candles in as well. And that usually takes about an hour or so for you to create your scent and create your candle. And then after that, we do different events. We'll do like karaoke, trivia. Sometimes there's dancing, depends on the vibe. Sometimes we have romantic date nights, and we'll give out cards to each person, and they will write a love note to the other person. And they get to exchange those cards when they have their first burn, which is usually like 48 hours later.
Okay.
So you get 2 date nights for the price of one. And we have ladies' night. We also have Wine Down Wednesdays. But our most popular class is our ultimate candle making experience. That's when you come in and you make 2 candles. And we always tell people it's more than just making candles. You're making memories. You're creating a bond with those that are around you. And it's a unique experience.
Now, when you talk about making candles, are you talking about a jar candle? I don't know exactly what the terminology is. I know some of them call them like 3-wick candles.
Yes.
That's what you're actually making, is something substantial that'll burn. What's your average burn rate on it?
So it depends on the size of the vessel. But for our larger ones, you can get a good 45-hour burn time for that one.
Excellent. I kind of want to go back to something you said earlier where you had mentioned you can create your own scents.
Yes.
So I would imagine someone like myself would have no idea which things to combine. Do you have like a menu of different scents where it's like if you want whatever, vanilla sunshine, I don't know if that's a term or not, you would actually tell them, well, add so much of this and add so much of that. And do you have like a menu kind of like that?
So what happens is we have scent stations, and you get to smell the different scents. So we currently have like 60 different scents to choose from, and we have them in categories. So let's say you may not be a fruity person, then you won't have to go to the fruity section.
Okay.
So you go to a section that is interesting to you. And within that section, we have multiple different scents in that area, and you get to choose which ones you want to have your candle to smell like. And then when you build out your candle, you get to determine how much of each scent you put into it, right? We walk you through the steps on how to create it, and that way it's unique to you. Because we could all in this room have the exact same scents, but each candle will smell differently because of how we built it out.
Do you ever have somebody that comes in and like, I want to combine this and I want to combine that, I want to combine that, and you're like, no, don't do it. That's going to be too much and it's just not going to smell good. I mean,
yes.
I'm assuming with your experience, you know there's certain combinations that are just not going to work.
Right. We have had that. We've had a couple of scents that we know, let's not repeat that. We have had that, yes.
So tell me we've talked about the wax section. Tell me about the wine section. How do you incorporate the wine with the candles? Are you actually putting wine in the candles, or are you putting wine in the people that are coming there?
So we're BYOB, so individuals are able to bring their beverage of choice.
Okay.
Right? And so it's typically the wine people bring, and we will provide cups for you or ice that you may need. We also will provide, if you're interested, you can order charcuterie ahead of time, and we can have it there for you. So you have something to eat with your wine if you like.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. If people bring in their own wine, can they bring in their own food as well? Or does the food have to be provided by you?
We prefer that it's provided by us That way the food is not offensive to others or it does not distract from the sense of the candles.
Okay. So your shop is not just a one-party shop. You have multiple groups in there
Yes.
simultaneously working in different rooms or different areas.
Well, we have our main classroom where we have classes throughout the day, basically Monday through Sunday. And we also have a private room where you can have a private space for you and your friends. But our main room is mainly anyone can book that room. So you could be in a room with 30 other people
Okay.
if need be, yes.
Interesting. So what's the biggest capacity group you can have?
So within our capacity, we can have 36 people in our main room. In our private room, we can have 18 people. But we also have a mobile candle bar. So we can come to your location. If you have a venue for an event, we can come to you there. And people will walk up to the bar and make their candles. Or we can do a sit-down experience similar to what we do in the studio. We can do that too remotely.
Okay, I want to learn a little bit more about this remotely thing. I'm glad you brought that up. So is it a truck? Is it a trailer? How are you doing that? And what's the usual duration? Because I should have asked this earlier. You know, people come and they make candles. Obviously, the wax is in a liquid, somewhat liquid form, or somewhat viscous. And how long does it take to harden? So what's the general duration of someone's visit to your either the remote or the in-house one?
Okay, so in-house is a 2-hour session. So during the first hour, they're making their candles. In the second hour, the candles are drying, and we're cleaning them up and getting them prepared so they can leave that day with their candles.
Okay, great.
The same thing pretty much when we do remote experience as well. So typically, it takes about 30 minutes for the candles to dry well enough for them to leave. We also ask them to wait at least a minimum of 48 hours before they burn their candles.
Okay, is there a curing process that it has to go
Yes.
through, or a hardening process?
Correct. You want to
Okay.
make sure that it's thoroughly dry all the way through.
Okay. And are these glass vessels that the wax are being put in? So it's
Some of them are. We have some that are tins. We have different sizes. So our smaller ones are made out of, they're tins,
okay.
where the others are glass.
Excellent. What a great business you have.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
I bet it is.
It's a
I
lot
bet-
of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people come in as strangers, but they leave as friends.
Yes.
So we love that a lot.
Exactly. No, it's a great concept, and I know candle making has kind of gained some traction over the last 10 or 12 years, where people are doing that more and more often.
Yeah, a lot
Instead
of people like the hands-on experience, so they have something to take away and the memories that they get to make with their friends and family.
Right. Exactly. So how do people get in touch with you then? Huh? What's the best way for them to contact you or to schedule an event at your facility?
Okay. Yeah, so they can always check us out on our website, which is Rewax at Unwine, W-I-N-E, johnscreek.com. And also we're on Instagram as well as Facebook and TikTok.
Great. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show today, Darnella.
Thank you so much for having
Thanks
me.
for coming up here, and wishing you the best success, and hopefully you'll get a lot of more people coming in and making candles.